I purchased a case of Prime, and today we're gonna be putting a Funko Pop inside to see what happens. But before we do that, we need to put the figures in the jars. And for anybody curious which figure we're gonna be using, it is Zurg from Lightyear. It's the only figure I could get 5 of. Oh ho ho ho, look at that. And so we're gonna be using 4 of these for the jars and then 1 of them as a test at the end of the week. And now the next thing I've got to do is crazy glue them to the bottom or otherwise they float to the top. This could take a minute. And you know what, now that I think about it, I've never tried Prime before, so while we wait for the glue to dry, let's give it a taste. Ooh, check out that bottle. Alrighty, here we go. Wow, that really tastes like an ice pop. Okay, so as you guys can tell, the figure is not moving inside, the glue is dry, so let's pour some of the Prime in, and I don't know how many bottles it's gonna take, but this is a pretty big jar. Now, just for fun, I wanna try it out with one of them to see how high it gets, okay? You know what? More than I thought. And it kind of looks a little bit similar to like if you were to put hand sanitizer in, just a little less thick, pretty interesting. Alrighty, everybody, bottle number 2. Let's see how this does. Oh, there we go, and it's pretty much covered. Actually, yeah, we only needed 2. And so I guess we can just grab the lid to seal this thing up for the week. And if you guys want to check it out a little bit closer up, here it is. And now, hold on, guys. That's not the only liquid that we're going to be doing today. I also have 3 other jars ready to go. And the next one that we're going to be doing, and I thought it was perfect to do with Prime, is Gatorade. And I really am curious to see which liquid reacts with the Funko Pop more. And if I'm going to be honest, I don't really know. So if you guys have any ideas, please drop it in the comment section below. And I guess let's just pour the Gatorade in and see how much it covers with 1 bottle. Ooh, almost the entire thing. And I gotta say, this one is crazy, crazy blue. So let's pour the second one in to see how much this covers. Ooh my gosh. Okay, yeah, almost the entire jar. Oh, and you know what? One thing I'm noticing right away is that there are less bubbles inside of here. I don't know if that means anything, but it could. And now, just like the Prime, let's seal this one up. And if you guys want to take a bit of a closer look at this one, here it is. Actually pretty hard to see inside. And now the next liquid that we're going to be trying out is coffee, because you guys know it stains people's teeth, so you never know, it could stain the Funko Pop. And so I guess let's, ooh, that's right, I have to make it. Careful, careful, careful. This is hot. I'm back with a pot of coffee. And now I hope that this fills the entire thing. And also my dad told me that it kind of leaks a little bit, so I've got to be careful here. Let's see what we can do. Okay, there we go. It's not too bad. And we're almost there. Let's hope it covers the figure. Okay, and we're almost there. I can see the steam coming off. Got to hold the lid. And whoa! Hold on, that perfectly filled the jar. Okay, so you know what, guys? Not too shabby. The only problem is we can't see the figure anymore. Like, I'm guessing Zurg's in here somewhere. And also, this one is super warm, so maybe that's gonna react with the figure because I believe it's the first hot liquid we've done. You never know. And so I guess, guys, just like the other 2, let's seal this thing up. And I guess if you want to take a look at it, here it is. And it's definitely hard to see Zurg. I don't know if you can see him at all. Okay, now the last liquid that we've got here is probably the weirdest out of all of them, but I thought it'd be fun to do. When I was over at the grocery store, I was looking for weird ones and I ran into, well, the biggest jar of pickles I've ever seen, so we're gonna be doing Pickle Juice. And now if I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what Pickle Juice is. I think it's somewhat similar to vinegar, and that does react with stuff, so hey, you never know. And so I guess let's just get pouring, and I gotta be careful here. Ooh, this is gonna be a little bit tough. Let me see what I can do, because I do not want to get Pickle Juice everywhere. Maybe be quick. There we go. Okay, this is not a great smell. Okay, we're almost there, we're almost there, we're almost there, we're almost there. Hold on, just about there, and we'll go a little higher. Okay, you know what? Not too bad. That's pretty good. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, that definitely smells like a pickle. And you know what, guys? Just for fun, why don't we throw in a pickle for good measure? Hey, sure, why not? Oh, and don't worry, these are not going to be going to waste. My brother was actually pretty excited that I got a big jar. And just like the last 3 liquids, we can now seal this up. And if you guys want to take a look at them a little bit closer up with the pickle, here it is. And so just like that, everybody, the figures are ready to go for the weekend, I guess. I'll see you in 7 days. Alright, so it has officially been 1 week and there has definitely been some change. And I've got all 4 of them next to me: Prime, Gatorade, coffee, and Pickle Juice. And now let's start with coffee, because this one's a little bit different from the rest of the ones that we've done because it was a hot liquid and also I couldn't see anything the entire week. Oh, and also one thing that I did notice with every single one of the jars is that the figure actually floated to the top. And I know in the past some of them have done that, but not all of them. And I'm wondering if maybe I didn't leave the glue for long enough, but also the liquid could have just reacted with the crazy glue, so maybe next time I'll use like Flex Paste, because I know you can even use that underwater, so it should stay a little bit better. But I digress. So now let's crack open this coffee for the first time in a week and see if the smell is any different. Nope, it just smells like coffee. And now because it floated to the top, I'm already seeing Zerg here, and I think I'm just gonna pour this out right away, and then we'll see what Zerg's like after. I think that's probably a good idea. Ooh, gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Oh, it's dripping. It's dripping. It's dripping. Maybe not the best jar for this. I'll be right back. All right, well, now that we've got that situated, let's take a look at Zerg. And right away, I'm noticing that there isn't much change, but he seems to be a little bit of a different color. And that's probably due to the fact that he was sitting in coffee for a week. And I know that coffee does stain your teeth, so maybe it stained the figure as well. And the problem is it's a little bit of a darker character, but it definitely looks slightly different. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really expect much from this one besides the fact that the color might change a little bit. And I'm seeing at the bottom here, like the glue that was used is definitely a bit of a darker color, so that's kind of interesting. But I mean, besides that, guys, this really isn't any different, so if you want to put your Funko Pops in coffee for a week, hey, go right on ahead. Alrighty, now next up, we've got Pickle Juice, and I can already tell that this one is a little bit different because I remember at the beginning of the week, it wasn't as murky as this. Like, you can definitely tell the color of the water has changed. Actually, scratch that. It's not water, it's actually some sort of vinegar, and it looks like this one also floated to the top, and I figured if any of them out of the four were gonna float, it was gonna be this one. Because I remember when I did just straight vinegar, it did float to the top, so I figured something like this would happen. And now I guess let's crack it open for the first time in 7 days and take a whiff. Ooh, yeah, it definitely smells like a pickle. Especially with having a pickle inside, and I guess we'll get this out of here first. Now, I don't know if I want to eat. I'm not going to take a bite just in case, like, some of the paint got off in there. You know. All right, now I've got to be careful. Okay, we're doing better, we're doing better, we're doing better, we're doing better, doing better. Oh, jeez. All right, now here's something interesting. At the bottom of the jar, it looks like something congealed that definitely wasn't there before. Maybe that happens on all pickle jars, I'm not sure, but that also could have been some of the paint. And maybe that's the paint reacting with the vinegar, I'm not exactly sure. And now taking a look at this, you know what? Okay, this might sound a little bit weird, but it almost seems like the paint is more vibrant for this one here. Like, does vinegar somehow make it brighter? Is that crazy? Like, I don't know, guys. This one here compared to the coffee almost seems like a richer purple. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really seeing anything different with this figure. It also seems maybe a little bit more flimsy, like maybe the vinegar's like wore it down a little bit. I'm not exactly sure. But I gotta say, not much has changed, and I do find it kind of interesting that it is a little bit shinier. That's a first for this series. Now, everybody, let's take a look at Prime, because this one here seems like maybe it got a little bit lighter inside. And now I'm gonna be honest, I don't really expect much from these because the other two were the ones that I really thought were gonna do something, and then the hydration drinks, there might be a little bit, but nothing too crazy. And so I guess let's crack this open and find out. Yeah, it definitely still smells like Prime. But then I'm gonna be honest, guys, there's also a bit of like a maybe paint kind of smell? I don't know, something. And I mean, of course it's from Zerg, but it is kind of interesting that I'm smelling it more than the other ones. And maybe it's just because of how strong those scents were. And so anyways, guys, let's pour this thing in without spilling any, and let's find out what Zerg is looking like. Oh, okay. Like all of the other ones, he did float to the top, so there's not going to be much of a change there, but I am noticing that his blaster seems to be a little bit thicker. Or actually, the gray parts are a little bit lighter, so maybe the Prime actually like stained it slightly because of the lighter color? I'm not sure. Or maybe I'm just going crazy and this is the exact same as the others, but let me know what you guys think. Sorry guys, I just wanted to cut in really quickly because I was doing my 360 for the Prime Zerg, and look at this on the top. It's probably just something for the drink, but if you guys remember, all of them started to float pretty early on in the week, so this wasn't even in the liquid. And now take a look at this. When I rub my finger on it, it completely comes off. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think this is. So now that we've seen Prime, I really want to take a look at Gatorade to see if it does anything to the figure. And now if anything's gonna happen to this figure, I feel like the only difference will be the fact that it might be a little bit bluer because of the color. Because I've got to say, this is a pretty vibrant blue, so if it doesn't change it, I'd be kind of surprised. And so like the other three, let's crack it open for the first time in 7 days and take a sniff. Oh yeah, that's definitely Gatorade. Have I said that for all 4 of them? It's definitely blank. Of course it's that liquid. And so now everybody, let's pour this thing out and find out if it did turn blue. You know what? But, I'm gonna be honest, it might have been a bad choice to use a dark figure, but still, on the lighter parts, I'm not seeing much blue. Oh, but you know what? Maybe a little bit on the lighter gray, it looks a little bit purple, but if anything, there's not much of a change. Well, hold on, I guess there is one thing. It definitely smells like Gatorade. Alright, so final thoughts, and I do want to mention this, that not much has changed on any of the figures, and I grabbed the control just to take a look at it, and it pretty much seems exactly the same. And now I'm sure some of you guys are commenting that this has been a failed experiment, but in my opinion, I think liquids that we're putting in our bodies shouldn't be changing paint or vinyl. So in that case, I'm calling it a win that Prime did not do anything to paint or vinyl, therefore it's probably safe to put in your body. Same with the other 3 liquids. If they're consumable, they shouldn't be doing anything to your body, but if you guys want to see me do this again in the future with maybe stronger liquids, let me know in the comment section below. And anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow.